All right. Looks like it says we're live. Look at that. Look at that, boys and girls. Look at that. We have a Vern Jeske on here this morning. We have a
Oh, Vern, I
Telemachus.
know word.
Oh, Vern. Yes, indeed. We have a Mr. Bob Murch on here this morning with us. How awesome is that? How cool is this? Look at this weird world that we live in that we could do this sort of thing. We have the Smartass Podcast on here. We have Ray on here. Very good. We have Edward Hooper. We have Marcus Klaus all the way from Germany joining us today. How awesome is this? I don't know how many of you can see. I don't think any of you can. We'll just set him out here in the middle of the table like that for now. Because right there, you see the happy, smiling face of a Bob Murch in the wild, in his natural habitat.
This is how I am every Sunday morning.
Sunday
after
morning
a night
Bob,
of fighting
right
crime.
here. Drinking his cup of coffee. So we will officially go live in just a few minutes. Thank you so much to everybody jumping on here. I see a Jim Stute, I see Kenneth, and Mr. D.W. Lowe. Both on here at the same time. We have Sean Peck. We have David Meisner. We have Smartass Podcast, and Lewis is on here. Thank you guys so much for jumping on here. I'm gonna just real quickly. Do you guys see this hat? Do you see this hat? This knit stocking cap, toque, beanie, whatever you want to call it. Look how awesome that is. Look how awesome this is.
Very nice.
There are a very limited number of these on the Pulp Alley store. I would not be surprised if they are all gone very, very quickly. So if this is something that you would like to have, you need to get over to the Pulp Alley store right away and get one of those. I also wanted to let you know that we have some more of the khaki caps in too. So for those of you that don't like the red caps, we have these lovely lovelies on the store as well. So that's a little bit of that stuff to talk about. And I guess we're very close to our live time. What's my time? Okay, we still have a little less than a minute. William is on here. Thank you for jumping on here, William. Pulp Alley fedoras. Yes. Well, you'll notice that Mr. Murch is wearing a fedora this morning. Very nice. He's got his nice fedora on.
It's appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure whether I would need a pith helmet or a fedora this morning, but I was ready for both.
This one is definitely fedora time for this one. For sure.
Why don't you tell me about that scenario?
You want to hear about the scenario, Bessie?
10 o'clock.
Okay. Hey everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and today we are playing a live game of Pulp Alley. It's a live game of Pulp Alley. Who does this? Who plays a live game of every Sunday? This is crazy. And today we have an extra special guest all the way from Canada. We have Mr. Bob Murch. Say hello to the boys and girls, Mr. Murch.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're ready for some hard-boiled action this morning.
Yeah, that is correct. Some hard-boiled action.
Okay. I haven't been to bed yet. I'm still sipping a little bourbon in my coffee.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm ready for more.
Very cool. Okay, how's that sound, Bessie?
I couldn't hear him. I was just,
Oh, were they were saying that he was loud?
Mhm.
Okay. His audio is a little low. You guys sound good. Okay. I think Sean, let us know on that if you guys are getting good audio there. Okay. Danny, photographer for the Chronicle newspaper, has gone missing, and he was hunting down a story about a headhunting cult operating out of Vice Alley. So the Hornet has gathered together his colleagues. That includes Key, Dolly, and
Surge.
Sarge. Yep, that's right. And they've come to hunt him down. But is it a trap? This could be a trap laid by the headhunting cult to try to lure the Hornet into Vice Alley where they can try to ambush him. So I would be careful of that. But also helping or showing up to help the Hornet are the Vice Alley kids. So we have Carter and his buddy Stan, and that their normal little group of characters have also come to try to help the Hornet and track down what happened to the photographer. So here we go. We've already drawn cards. This is turn number one. We should talk a little bit about the scenario, which is handy dandily written on some small little cards here. One new cultist will appear each turn at a random plot point. So as the plot points are eliminated, that spot is eliminated, and that means they'll only appear at one of the remaining spots. Okay. Crossing the fence is perilous, but there are two gates in the fence, so not much reason to really try and clamber across the fence when there's a couple gates. But you never know. There could come a time when we have to try to cross it. This is an 8-turn scenario. The major plot point will only appear on the table once all 4 of the minor plot points are passed. So we have to complete all 4 of the minors. We have to eliminate those, which are these crates that have to be searched. We got to search all 4 of those crates for Danny. If he's not in those crates, then we know that there's another crate somewhere, and that's when that final crate will appear out on the table. And that's it. The scenario ends after 8 turns, or when the major plot point is passed. And that's where we are at. We're using the Fierce Cultists out of the Tomb of the Serpent campaign. So those are the stats for the cultist fellows. They have 3 dice in Brawl, 1 dice in Shoot, 2 dice in Dodge, and 1 dice in everything else. Mr. Murch is starting off as the director in this scenario, and what that means is that he could choose to activate one of his characters, or he can make me activate a character. So, Mr. Murch, what would you like to do here?
I'm going to get you to activate one of the
Very good.
kids.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. All right, well, I think I'm going to activate... I don't know if you can still see this here.
Yeah, we can.
Disconnect this. Is it going to go beep when I do this? Let me see camera 2. Oh, that looks good. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to activate over here where I have my leader and Kyle are over here. I'm going to activate my leader, Carter. He's going to move 6 inches towards... He's going to move 6 inches towards that cultist, and then I'm going to shoot. I'm going to move up to this grave marker here, and I'll be shooting at this cultist. Carter has a shoot skill of 2 die 8 because I'm in short range. I'm going to get a 3rd dice. let's say that cultist is going to shoot back, and he will be rolling 2 dice as well because he also has a short range bonus. I'm going to set this right here. So each dice that rolls a 4 or better is a success. Carter got 2 successes, and the cultist got 1 success. Now, Pulp Alley is a game where you have a lot of choices to make, and I look at this and I have to decide how dangerous do I want to make this fight, because I could choose to block this hit, or I can just say take them all, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take that damage from the cultist, and that means I will have to roll a 1 dice health check, and the cultist will have to roll a 2 dice health check. Here is my health check. Again, I roll a d10 because that's my health, and I passed it. I needed a 4 or better. The cultist is going to need to roll 2 successes, and he fails with both of them, and that means his cover isn't going to save him. The cultist goes down. And in Pulp Alley, when you clearly win a fight, that makes you the director. So I will now become the director. And I'm going to go ahead and continue activating just because we're playing this scenario co-op. I'm fairly sure I remembered to mention that. I'm going to go ahead and run Kyle here. You can normally move up to 12 inches. Kyle's going to run over here and stand on this plot point. So that's where Kyle ended up. Now I have this group over here. You see them there, boys and girls? This is Stan. This is Stan here. This is Kenny. And this is Butters over here. And they see a cultist over here. You see him right there, just outside of Mushnick's flower shop. And I guess I'm going to activate Stan. Stan normally has 2 dice and shoot, and I'm going to basically do the same thing. I'm going to move Stan 6 inches. He's going to come up to this, to the fender of this truck, and he pulls out his slingshot, his red rocket slingshot, and he is going to shoot at this cultist here. Stan normally rolls 2 dice 6. Because I have short range, that's going to get me that extra dice in there. And I'm going to be rolling 3 dice 6. The cultist will be shooting back again, and the cultist will be rolling 2 dice 6. Here is Stan's shooting. Stan got a 4 and a 5. The cultist, let's see how the cultist does. Cultist needs 4s or better, and the cultist got 1 success. Now, again, I could try forcing this through and try to do more damage to this guy. See here, I got a 4 and a 5, and he only got a 4. So I could choose to block his and still deliver a hit. And because Stan has buddies behind him to back him up, I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't have to play this particularly dangerous right now. So I'm going to block that 1 success that the cultist got. And that means the cultist will still have to roll a 1 dice health check. But that means Stan does not have to roll a health check. So here's the cultist health check, 1 dice, and he passed. So the cultist was not injured. I'm going to go ahead and keep activating, and I'm going to send Kenny in. Kenny here is going to rush at that cultist. So he's got about 12 inches, or actually about 10 inches to the cultist. So Kenny is going to rush at the cultist and try to beat the cultist down. Kenny normally rolls 3 dice 6 to brawl, and that's exactly what he will be rolling. He'll be rolling 3 dice 6 to brawl. The cultist normally rolls 3 dice 6 to brawl, but because he was just in a fight, that's going to eliminate 1 of his dice because now he's getting overwhelmed. And Kenny will roll 3 dice 6, and the cultist will roll 2 dice 6. So here we go. Here is the dice for Kenny. Kenny got a 4 and a 5. Let's see what the cultist gets. The struggle, the brawl. And the cultist gets double 6s. double sixes, boys and girls. And that means even if Kenny wanted to, he would not be able to block those 2 sixes because his dice are not big enough. So that means both characters have a chance of getting beat up here. Here is the health check for Kenny. Kenny passes his health check. Kenny is not injured, and the cultist goes down. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. The cultist goes down. I'm going to go ahead and activate my last character on the table, and that's Butters. Butters is going to run over here, and he's going to stand right on top of that plot point. And I've activated all 5 of my characters. That means, Mr. Merch, I'm going to ask you to activate a character. Who do you want to start with?
All right. I think I'm going to start over the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarge the dog.
Mm.
Going to rush forward.
Okay, he could get all the way to the bad guy.
And he can't hold himself back.
Yeah. Sarge spots the baddie over there lurking by that crate, and he has plenty of range. Do you want to go take a bite out of that cultist?
He's gonna go up and just shred that purple sackcloth that the cultist is wearing.
Oh, very nice. All right, Sarge normally rolls 3d6. Am I right on that?
Yeah.
Sarge normally rolls 3d6 to brawl, and the cultist will be replying back with 3d6 to fight back. This is a brawl. Both characters have a chance of being injured. Both characters can get hurt. Here we go. Sarge attacks. He needs 4s or better. And he gets 3 successes, boys and girls. 3 successes, a 6 and 2 4s. Oh my goodness. But let's see what the cultist does. The cultist is fighting as well. And the cultist gets a 5 and a 4. And Bob, this is where you get to decide how dangerous do you want to make this. You could block both of the enemy's dice, in which case Sarge has no chance of being hurt at all. Or you could block one of his dice, in which case Sarge has a 50-50 chance of getting hurt. Or you could say take them all and just let fate decide what happens. How dangerous?
So Sarge has no fear.
Sarge has no fear. All right.
Just go all in.
All right. We are taking it. There's no blocking at all here. So we're just going to take all the hits. That means Sarge has to roll a 2 dice health check. Sarge needs 4s or better. 4s or better. Let me double check our cards. Make sure we have anything here. Okay. Sarge failed on one of the dice, and that's enough to put Sarge down. He sacrificed himself to try and save the Hornet. Now, Bob, right now the cultist is going to have to roll a 3 dice health check. If you added the bad news to this, that would add an extra hit, and the cultist would have to roll a 4 dice health check. Do you want to try and add that in or not?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. So he uses his bad news card, throws a bad news on there, and the cultist is going to have to roll a 4 dice health check. All of these dice have to be a 4 or better, and obviously they are not, and the cultist goes down. Yay. He's put down as Sarge. Well. Sarge sacrificed himself to save the Hornet. All right, Bob, what are you going to do next?
Well, the Hornet's gonna charge forward as well.
All right, I think we're all out of baddies over here, so I guess just have the Hornet run up and stand on the plot point.
Great, right? Yeah.
He can't check it this turn because it was too far away, but he could check it next turn, hopefully.
Okay. In the meantime, he'll just cradle Sarge in his arms.
Yes. Poor Sarge. Poor Sarge.
Yeah.
All
well,
right.
Sarge will be back,
Well, let's hope. Let's hope. Sarge is a fighter, that's for sure. All right, over here you have Key and Dolly. Um, which one of those do you want to activate first?
Well, let's activate Dolly.
Okay. She's not much
And
of a
now,
brawler, but I think she could actually try and shoot. She's got a little 38 revolver. She could try and put that cultist down, maybe.
yeah, she's ready. She's seen what's going on around her, and she's ready for some action. So she's gonna pull out
So
her
we could
Saturday
maybe
night special and take a shot at the.
move her up to this sandwich board and take a shot at that
Yeah,
cultist.
she'll use the sandwich board as cover.
Yep. She normally rolls 3 die 6. She's got a short range bonus here because she's so close. And that means she's going to be rolling 4 die 6. The cultist will shoot back. He normally only rolls 1 dice, but he's also at short range. And he's going to get that extra dice as well. So here we go. Dolly's rolling 4 die 6. Dolly gets 3 successes, 2 6s, and a 4. Oh my goodness. Here is for the cultist. Cultist only gets a 4. Now, how dangerous do you want to play that? Right now, if you let it go, that means Dolly will have to roll a health check, or she's in a little bit of cover over there, so she's got a pretty good chance to avoid it. Or you could just play it safe and get rid of that 1 success.
Well, we'll play it safe because Dolly is
Yep.
she's a cautious.
Yep. And
Gutsy
she
little
knows
reporter.
she has Key right there behind her too to back her
Yeah,
up. So you don't have to play it too dangerous here. So in other words, she's actually, kind of playing it a little safe. Maybe she's popping up from behind that sandwich board and firing off rather than just standing out in the open and blazing away. So she blocks that cultist's 1 success. And so she won't even have to roll a health check, but the cultist will still have to roll a 2 dice health check. Let's see how it goes. 2 dice health check, and the cultist is down. Now, the cultist would have got to use his cover because he's right there next to those crates. But because he rolled 2 failures, the cover will not save him. And Dolly is a dead eye with a pistol, and she puts the cultist down. All the cultists are down at the end of this turn. Oh my gosh, this is too easy. All right, Key, do you want to run up and stand on that plot point?
Yeah, I think he's gonna get up there ASAP.
All right. He is claiming that plot point, or at least making sure that he'll have a chance at it. All right. And next, what do we have? That's actually the end of the turn, and every one of these cultists will have a chance to get up.
Oh, no.
Every one of them. Every one of them. Yeah, go ahead and keep it on that camera. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna roll for the cultist over here that Dolly put down, and if I roll a 4 or better, that means the cultist climbs back to his feet. 1 dice. Let's see if he gets up. He does not. That cultist is taken out of play.
Goodbye.
Dolly
gonna roll
doesn't mess
for-
around.
I know, man. She put him down and out. Over here, we have the cultist that Sarge took down. If I roll a 4 or better, okay, that one is back on his feet, and he's going to back up an inch so that he's not in contact with the hornet. He's a little shaken up. He climbs back to his feet, but he doesn't want to be so close to the hornet, and he backs up a couple feet.
What about Sarge?
Here's for Sarge. If I roll a 4 or better, roll a 4
Go,
or
Sarge.
better. Come on, Sarge.
Yeah.
Sarge is back on his feet. Sarge will not give up. And he climbs back to his feet. I have 2 more cultists that are down. I have that one over there next to Kyle. The one next to Kyle is back on his feet, and he will back up an inch. And then I have the one next to Butters. And Butters, oh, the cultists over here are fanatical, and they are. This one over here, switch me to camera 2. This one over here is not too scared of Butters. So when he stands up, he's going to remain in contact with Butters. He's going to try and keep Butters tied up to make sure that Butters can't search that crate. This one over here, he backs up an inch. Yeah, backs up an inch. And that's it. That's the end of turn number 1. So that plot point over there is empty right now. Am I on the right camera?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That camera over there, or that plot point over there, that key is on, but one new cultist will appear. One new cultist will appear. Let's see where it appears. We'll just roll a D8 for this because it'll appear at one of the random plot points. We'll start over here at Key Luke. If I roll a 1 or a 2, it'll appear here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. Oh my gosh. Another one appears. Another one appears over here.
This place is crawling with the guys.
I know. Hey, there's another one over here. All right, another one appears. This is where the ambush is taking place, and they are thick as fleas over here. All right, that's not good. That's not good. And remember, we have to complete all 4 of these plot points to get this done. So they may end up needing some help in this corner. They're in a lot of trouble over there. Also at the start of turn number 1, what we do is draw cards. So let's get that done. Currently, Bob is the director because he
Won that one.
yeah, he won a fight.
Okay, he got a bad feeling.
Bad feeling whenever a challenge is revealed for one of your characters, or for any character. Whenever a challenge is revealed, you could choose to get rid of that card and draw a different one. I drew a misfortune, which isn't helpful at all. Okay, we need to make sure we don't forget what their skills and abilities are. Bob, you are starting off this turn as the director.
All right. Well, Sarge is in action again. I assume I
Okay.
can. Sarge is not going to
Okay.
let this mug get away.
Yeah. Sarge
So-
is not letting this guy off the hook so easy. The Sarge got back to his feet, and the cultist got back to his feet. So that means the fight is on. So Sarge activates, double checking the cards. I don't see anything. Sarge goes in. I was assuming that Sarge is going on the attack. Is that correct?
Oh yeah. Again,
Okay.
Sarge is always on the attack.
All right, I'm going to move that since it's kind of in the way. So Sarge is rolling 3 die 6, and the cultist is rolling 3 die 6. Sarge, the cultist. All right, here is Sarge taking a bite out of the cultist. This time, he's still dazed from the previous fight. He only gets 1 success. He gets 1 4. The cultist is slashing back, and he got a 6. And that means no matter what, both of them are going to have to take a hit because that 4 is too low to block that 6. So both of them are going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. And Bob, I'm going to play a little game here. I'm going to roll 2 dice in this cup. There's a red dice and the white dice. Which one of these dice is for Sarge?
Well, Sarge is a red dice, of course.
Sarge is the red dice, and Sarge passes his health check, and the cultist does not. The cultist goes down.
Yay, good on
Sarge has got a
Good
hold
boy,
of him
Sarge.
and shaking him around like a rag doll. All right, you are still the boss, Mr. Murch. What are we going to do
Well,
next?
I think I'm gonna. The Hornet is gonna check the box.
Yes.
You know, Sarge has everything under control, so
Very good. So
time
the
to see
first
what's
thing that
going on
happens
here.
is you've got to watch out because these cultists may have put traps on these crates. And yes, there is a danger of opening up this crate. There is a peril there. So the first thing is, oh my gosh, it's a tripwire you didn't see, and you're going to have to roll 3 successes with brawl, cunning, or might. Or that's about as bad as it could get to have to roll 3 successes. You could use your bad feeling, get rid of this card, and draw a different one.
Yeah, I'm going to do that because
Okay, get rid of that and give me a different card, Bessie.
Bum, bum,
Not one of them
bum.
3s. This time it's only a 1, and the Hornet is going to have to roll 1 success with his cunning. He's
Curious?
not the most cunning in the world, but he's got 2 die 8 in cunning. Here's his cunning roll, and he only needs 1 success now to cut the tripwire. He
Yay.
does. He disarms the trap, and now he needs to search the crate and find out if Danny is inside there. To finish getting the crate open and searching it, he's got to roll 2 successes with finesse or cunning. Again, he's got 2 die 8 in both of
Oh, we
those.
have an uncanny.
And here we go. 2 die 8, you need 2 successes. You got no successes at all. The crate remains mysterious, and we do not know what is inside there. Double
just
checking.
a lot of smoke.
So we were not able to identify what was in that crate. That was not completed yet, but you could try again next turn. You are still the boss, sir. Do you want to continue activating?
I'm going to pass it on to let's say Kenny again, because they got some action starting to happen
They
over there
do.
one more
They do.
time.
They do indeed. So I'm going to go ahead and activate. And I do think I'm going to activate. I think I might send in somebody to help out. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do over here. They're in a lot of trouble. They are in a lot of trouble over here. Let's see. What can I do to help them out? I can get Stan in there. I can get Kenny in there. Poor little Butters is in a world of hurt. All right, Kenny is going to activate, and he's going to go up against this new cultist that just appeared up out of the sewers. And I'm going to have to roll some fight dice here. So Kenny is rolling 3 die 6, and the cultist is rolling 3 die 6. Let's see how this goes. This could be a tough fight. They didn't sign up for this kind of fighting. Here's 3 die 6 from Kenny. Kenny gets 2 6s. Very nice. Here is the cultist. The cultist slashing with his dagger gets 1 6.
Ooh.
You know what? We're going to say take them all. We're going to play this dangerous. We got to play it risky here because there's just too many of them piling up.
And one could appear there.
And we could end up getting another one. So we're going to play it risky. Kenny's going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. We'll use that dice right there. Kenny passes his health check. He is not injured. The cultist has to roll a 2 dice health check, and the cultist is down.
Woo-hoo.
Blip. The cultist is down.
Kenny's a tough kid.
Kenny pops him upside the noggin and sends him sprawling into the pavement. Let's see. What about Butters? Poor little Butters. He's in a lot of trouble over here. Okay.
He ain't scared though.
That'll make me the director, at least momentarily. Oh no, that's the plot point. That'll make me the director. Do we have the card out for that?
Yeah, it's right here.
Put it up next to my cards. Okay. So Stan, I'm going to go ahead and activate Stan. Stan is going to activate, and he's going to come running in to clobber this cultist over here. Stan is a brawling machine, and he's going to get to roll 3 die 8 against that cultist. The cultist will reply back with 3 die 6. Here we go. Here we go, boys and girls. Stan is coming in and he's throwing fists at the cultist. Stan. That's not. Yeah, Stan, 3 die 8. Okay, here are his 3 die 8. Oh, only one hit, though. That's
no.
cultist is slippery. One success, and then the cultist is fighting back, and he gets 2 successes. Look out, Stan. This is looking bad. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just say take them all. So that means the cultist will have to roll a 1 dice health check, and Stan will roll a 2 dice health check. I'll go ahead and roll for Stan. He's the active character, and I need 2 dice that are 4s or better. And I passed it with a 7 and an 8. Stan takes it on the chin and is not rocked. And the cultist goes down. Boys and girls, the Vice Alley kids are earning their keep over here. And look at what they've done to these cultists. Clobbered them, sent them sprawling into the pavement. And that means I have
back to the floors where they belong.
Yeah. So that means I still got Butters over here. So when I activate Butters, he hasn't done anything yet. So what he's going to do is try to open that crate. First thing that happens is a peril. It's dangerous. Don't know what's going to happen. And Butters is going to have to roll 2 successes with might or finesse. You fool, Butters. You fool. There's no way you could get that done, sir. There's no way you've got this.
You got moxie, kid. You could do it.
But what he doesn't have is might or finesse. So what he's going to try to do here is dodge that peril. He's got 2 die 6 in dodge. So he's going to try to avoid the peril. I got to roll 2 successes here. I got to roll 2 successes. And I rolled not a single success. That means Butters has to roll a 2 dice health check. And Butters is down. Butters is down.
Gee, that's tough, kid.
Oh, geez, dear. Poor Butters. All right. Well, I still have this little setup over here. I sure would like to get that plot point out of here. I think that's what I'm going to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to activate Kyle. And Kyle is going to go after the cultist. Keep him away from the plot point. All right. Kyle is going to go after that cultist. Is that on the table? Okay. All right. Kyle is going to be rolling 3 die 6 to brawl, and the cultist is doing the same.
You can do it, Kyle.
Here we go. Get him, Kyle! Kyle attacks. All he gets is 1 success, a 5. That's enough. That's more than enough. The cultist rolls 3 die 6, and he gets absolutely nothing. No success. No successes at all. And that means that cultist is going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. The cultist is down, boys and girls.
Yay.
Kyle smacks him across
tough.
the head, sends him sprawling into the dirt. All right, and then I'm going to activate Carter. He's going to come over here, stand on that plot point, and take a peril because he wants to search this crate. His peril is a free pass, boys and girls, and he automatically gets past the peril. And then his plot point challenge is he's trying to search the crate now. He needs 2 successes with cunning or might. 2 successes with cunning or might. I don't know. He's got 3 die 10 in both of those. He's got he's crafty, so he can re-roll a cunning. So I'm going to be using my cunning here. I'm rolling 3 die 10, and I need 2 of these to be a success. And I got it. So the crate is searched, and we know that crate is not the right crate. I get a reward card. That's exactly right. So that crate has been searched. Bessie is drawing a random reward card. Switches cameras. And I drew a extra +1 to my finesse. So now Carter has an extra +1 to his finesse for this scenario.
Yay.
Okay.
That'll
I
go,
think
kid.
yeah, that was nice that we got one of them, one of the crates emptied now, because that means I can try and get those guys maybe headed over here to help out Stan and Kyle if I or Stan and Kenny if I need to.
So does this
Um,
group over
we
here?
still have Key and Dolly left to go. So,
Well-
Mr. Murch, who do you want to activate?
Well, Dolly again. Dolly sees she did quite take this mook out, so
She's
she's
going to go
got a-
search that crate. All right. Okay. I'm going to scooch that up a little bit, make sure we got a good view of it. All right. Here comes Dolly. She moves into contact with the crate, and she will have to check for a peril. Draw that card, Bessie.
Bum, bum, bum.
A 1 with finesse. I hear tell she's about as finessey as they come.
4 die 8.
She has 4 die 8 in finesse. When it comes to finesse, Dolly's your gal. Here is her roll. 4 die 8. She's checking out the box. She sees a little, maybe a little tripwire there. Oh, what is this? And she pulls out a hat pin and she disarms the trap. The peril is, she is not affected by the peril. And then she's checking the box, and now she needs to roll 1 more success with might or finesse. We'll
Finesse it.
definitely get a finesse it again. So she's checking the box, checking around. Is Danny in there? And he is not. That box has been eliminated. Well done there, Bob. We got that one eliminated as well. So that crate has been emptied. That means
well,
what
it's
do we
good
want to
thing
do?
Dolly's on the job.
Yeah. What do we think we ought to do with draw a card for him? Dolly gets a reward card, and as an action, she could choose to discard one of your fortune cards to draw 2 different cards. All right.
Sure, let's do that.
She can't do it right now. It is an action to do it, so she doesn't have the action left since
Okay.
she just searched the crate.
There's no more traps?
What we have left
Oh,
is
no,
Key,
Key.
though. What do we think we ought to do with Key? This crate is
Well-
emptied over here, so he could either head over and try to help the Hornet,
There is a gate
or
right there.
wherever you want to go. Send us to top. The Cooner
You know, I
Sky
think
Cam.
he's going to stick with Dolly because you never know when one of those mooks is going to appear.
Okay. Well,
So,
we know there won't be one over here because they will only appear where the yellow buttons are. So the next
okay.
mook that will appear will either be over there with Butters or over here next to the Hornet.
All right. Let's go join the Hornet.
Okay. Key can move up to 12 inches, so that'll get him just inside the cemetery, and he is headed this way. Look at that, boys and girls. Look at that. And that ends the turn except for recovery checks. You don't have anybody that's hurt. You don't have anybody that's hurt. I do. And we have some cultists that need to roll as well. So here is for the cultist over there by Kyle. And that one is eliminated.
Yay.
Yay.
That one is gone. Let's roll for the one that's over here being shaken around by Sarge. And that one is eliminated.
Woo-hoo.
That guy is gone. That guy over there is gone. And then I have
Now we're rolling.
2 of them laying over there by Stan. So I'm going to just roll 2 dice for those 2. And both of them. Oh my gosh.
We're
You don't
cleaning
want
this
me
town up.
rolling. They are dropping like flies. They are dropping like flies. 2 more. Every single cultist failed their recovery check. But what about poor little Butters? Can Butters get back to his feet? Here's the roll for
You can do it,
Butters.
kid.
And he is back on his feet, boys and girls. Butters struggles back up. I'm okay. And Butters is back to his feet. And that
You
ends the
can't keep
turn.
Butters down.
We're running out of time, though. We're running out of time. We got to get these boxes searched so the main one shows up. But I tell you what, doing really good. We've cleared the table of cultists. At this minute, there's not a single cultist left on the table. One more will appear at the start of the next turn.
Do we want to draw cards
I think Bob is now the director. So Bob, you're going to get the first card. Draw a card. Put it in the stack. You got a bad news, which you know what that does because that you had one of those before. What is this? This is 2 turns down.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You got a breakaway.
And I drew a breakaway. All right, here we go. We're starting turn number 3.
Bad guy appears.
Bad guy appears at one of the spots. We're going to call, there's only 2 spots left. There's only 2 spots left. So 1, 2, 3, it will appear over here by the Hornet. 4, 5, or 6, it'll appear on Butters. 4, 5, 6. And Butters has a new cultist. New cultist appears, comes running out of Finelli's restaurant and is attacking Butters. All right. I think Mr. Murch is currently the director. Give me 2.
Well, I'm gonna get the Hornet to have a look in the crate again.
Yeah, we got to get that plot point resolved. Okay, so over there. Let's see. So there's the Hornet far off there. He's going to try and search that crate. Now, there's always a peril. There's always a chance that something could go wrong when you start messing around with the plot point. So he will have to face another peril. Go ahead and draw it.
2 with cunning or might.
2 with cunning or might. I bet he's got
3 die
some
10.
might. He's got 3 die 10 in might. 3 die 10 in might. 1, 2, 3. The Hornet needs 2 successes. And you got 1 success. If you wanted to, you could add your uncanny to add the second success and get past that peril.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do that. That makes sense.
So that adds a second success, and that means you got past the peril. And then the plot point, it was already revealed as 2 with finesse or cunning. And he has 2 die 8 in both of those. All right, here is the roll for your searching the crate. And this time you got 1 success on it. It has not completed yet, but you do have 1 success against it. It's a little bit harder to search over there. There's smoke coming up out of it. That will end his activation. And what are we going to do next over there or anywhere? You're the boss.
Well, is it possible for Sarge to kind of get into that crate and root out whatever's in there?
Sarge cannot. Sarge cannot perform actions, and that's what is required to search the crate. So he cannot find Danny in there. Sorry.
All right. Well, let's get Key over there to join the Hornet.
Okay. So Key is over here. He had to move too far to actually perform the search this turn. We could also send Dolly that way. You want to do that?
I think Dolly's going to stay on the street and keep an eye on things.
Okay. We suspect that when the major plot point appears, it may be out here towards the center of the table. So you could kind of start having her head towards the middle of the table because you suspect that her newspaper senses are tingling and telling her that there could be something else at foot here.
All right, we'll head over to that yellow cab there.
Okay, so a 12-inch run will put her just to the backside of this sedan here. And the only character that you haven't activated this turn is Sarge. You want to just keep him where he's at?
Yeah, Sarge will just stay with
Yeah.
the Hornet.
Yeah, because we do have a chance of a cultist appearing here. All right, and that will be all 5 of your characters. And
So
then
I pass the
yep.
the torch to
Let's see what we're gonna do
let's
here. Let's see what we're gonna do. I have a fight brewing over here in front of Mushtik's flower shop. Man, these guys cannot get a break over here. I guess we're gonna have to try and fight this cultist off.
yeah, you got to finish that mug off.
Yeah. We're gonna go with I'm gonna activate Kenny first. No. I'm gonna activate Butters first. Butters is gonna activate, and he normally only rolls 1 dice to attack with, but he's just gonna try to distract that cultist a little bit. And Butters is gonna be using his dodge skill. So Butters will actually be just trying to get away from that cultist. The cultist is rolling 3 dice to attack with. Here is the cultist's attack. Cultist gets 2 6s. Oh, Butters, look out. That's going to be hard to dodge. He's going to have to roll 2 6s. He got no 6s. He can re-roll one of those, and he failed that as well. Butters is going to have to roll a 2 dice health check, and Butters is taken down, stabbed in the back by a dirty, low-down scoundrel. Next
Gosh,
up,
kid.
yeah, that's harsh. Next, I'm going to activate Kenny. Kenny is going to roll 3 dice 6 to attack the cultist. The cultist will fight back, but the cultist will only get 2 dice 6 because this is his second fight. Kenny, he's mad about Butters getting beat up, and Kenny rolls 3 successes, 2 6s, and a 5. Here is the cultist. The cultist gets a 6 and a 5 as well. Kenny says take them all. So that means Kenny's going to have to roll a 2 dice health check, and the cultist will have to roll a 3 dice health check. Here is for Kenny. Kenny is rolling. I need both of no, failed them both. And Kenny goes down. The cultist is also down. What a brawl over here. They're all getting beat up. And at the end of all that, it leaves Stan standing next to the plot point. So he will try a peril, and he's going to try to open up the crate. He needs to roll 2 successes with finesse or cunning. Well, he's got 3 die 8 in cunning, so that's what he's using. He's using his cunning to get past the tripwire, and he only gets 1 success.
Oh, no.
Only gets 1 success. Oh, he did not disarm the trap, and he's going to take a 2 dice hit. 2 dice hit, and he fails that as well, boys and girls. And Stan is injured by the trap. Poison gas is released from out of the box.
You sure can't trust those bugs.
And Stan is injured. I still have 2 characters left to activate, and I'm going to take off running for the gate. Top cam. 12-inch run towards the gate. Leave me a little bit shy of that. Both of them are taking off running as fast as they can to try and get over here to help their partners. And that ends the turn. Boy, I tell you what, we are running out of time. we are running out of time. If we can't find that missing photographer, we'll just have to see. That ends the turn, and we do have some recovery checks to roll for. Look at, I have to roll a recovery check for every single character that's over here. That's the rough side of Vice Alley right there. That's where the fighting's going on. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
So I'll start off with Kenny. Let's see if Kenny gets up. Kenny is gone. Kenny is
Oh, no.
gone. I've lost Kenny. I'm going to roll for Butters. Butters is back on his feet. I'm going to roll for that cultist that's over there. The cultist is removed. That was the only cultist that was on the table, and he is removed from the play. Butters is back on his feet. He's standing on top of that plot point. Look out, Butters. There's poisonous gas over there. This could be bad. Who else do I have to roll for?
Doesn't one of them have a boo-boo?
Oh, yeah, Stan. Okay, here is for Stan. Stan remains injured. He's coughing. He breathed in some of that poison gas. Hey, watch this. That ends the turn. We're starting turn number 4. The scenario is halfway over. We're going to be drawing cards. I have control of the cone. I'm the director, so the first card is a just reward. And Bob, you drew a I'm all right. Now that's nice. That's an I'm all right. What that means, instead of rolling for a health check or a recovery check, you can just play that card to automatically pass it.
That's very good.
It is a good one. Now we have a new cultist appearing. 1, 2, 3, it appears on the Hornet. 4, 5, 6, it appears on Butters. 4, 5, 6. Butters cannot get a break. Oh, Butters.
You should have stayed in bed, kid.
Yeah. Poor Butters is taking a beating. Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and activate since I'm over here.
Did we pull a bullet?
Yeah, we're on turn 4. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and activate since I'm over here. And yeah, I'm going to activate Butters. Butters again is going to be trying to dodge that cultist. Nah, he's going to try and smack him. He only gets to roll 1 die 6. The cultist rolls 3 die 6. Wow. That's goofy, isn't it?
It's a little goofy.
All right. I'll try and dodge with my cultist or with Butters. Here is the cultist attacking. Butters is trying to dodge. Here is the attack. He's got 2 5s. Here is the dodge. 2 5s. Wow. How about them apples? Butters dodges it and holds the cultist off. Stan is going to activate. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and try that. You know what? I'm gonna move Butters back an inch when he successfully dodges. So he will move back an inch because he avoided taking any hits from the cultist. He can do that. Stan is going to try the plot point. Bessie, I need a peril. The peril is 3. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, Bessie, what are you doing to me here?
I didn't shuffle these cards. You did.
What are you doing to me? 3 successes with shoot, finesse, or cunning. Well, Stan has 3 die 8 in cunning, but Stan is injured. He's coughing from the poison. And that means Stan doesn't get to roll his d8s anymore, and he's going to have to roll 3 die 6. He's going to have to roll 3 successes here. Oh my gosh. Come on, Stan, you could do it. Not a single success.
Oh, gee.
Okay. Instead of rolling my health check, I'm going to go ahead and use my I'm all right. I have an I'm all right also, so I'm going to go ahead and use it and pass that health check. Yeah. Okay. Doggone it. That means that box remains unsearched. Doggone. Oh, that means I'm going to go ahead and go to my other two characters, and they're going to take off on a run. So Carter is going to run 12 inches. He's going to run through the cemetery gate and start coming across the street here. And he's going to shoot. He's going to shoot at that cultist. As he comes running across the street, he's going to shoot. He normally gets to roll 2d8 to shoot. Because he ran, that means he would lose the dice, but he is now within short range, so he's going to gain that dice right back, and he's still going to get to roll 2d8. The cultist will try to dodge because that's his only choice right now. So that the cultist will try and dodge the shooting. He sees Kyle coming across the street, and he's trying to avoid the attack. Here is the 2d8 from Carter. Carter gets one success, a 6, and that means the cultist is going to have to get a 6 to stop that, and he does not. He got a 5, but that's not good enough to stop Carter's 6. And that means the cultist is going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. And he passes his health check. Next is Kyle. I'm going to go ahead and activate Kyle, and Kyle is going to run as well, and he'll just be right up behind Carter. All right. And that's where we will end that for my side. I've activated all of my characters, and I'm going to send it over to you, the Hornet.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. We're going to try to find out what's in this box here.
Yep. All right. First is apparel.
One with finesse.
One with finesse. Which character are you activating? Are you activating the Hornet here?
Let's activate the Hornet.
Okay. The Hornet, and he has 2d8 in finesse, so he's going to have to roll 1 success on 2d8. Let's see how he does. We are running out of time here, I tell you what. And he got it. So he's passed the smoke. And now the plot point is 2 with finesse, but you've already got 1 success on it from last turn. So now you only need 1 more success. And you got it. The crate has been searched. And guess what? It's empty. That's not where Danny the photographer was located. It's going to give you an extra blue card.
+1 to his cunning.
You now have a +1 to your cunning for the rest of this scenario. All right, who do you want to activate next?
Let's activate Dolly.
Okay. The main crate has not appeared yet on the table. She could take off running to go help the boys. She could even get a shot in probably on that cultist.
That's, I think, what she's going to do. She sees those young lads in trouble, and she's going to be there.
She knows there's trouble afoot. So she could take off on a full run, and she could come up to this sandwich board and use her little 38 and throw some lead in the direction of that cultist there.
That sounds like a good plan.
All right. Can you actually see the cultist, or is that
No, but you can
truck
see Dolly.
blocking it?
The truck is blocking.
I'm going to move the truck. All right. So there you see Dolly. There's the cultist she's shooting at. She normally rolls 3d6 or 3d8.
3d6.
She normally rolls 3d6, which is exactly what she will roll now as well, because she ran. That would cost her a dice. But she's now at short range, so she'll just get that dice right back. She also has the sharp ability, so let's try to remember that she can re-roll one of her shooting dice if she wants to. What happened to my war disc? There it is. Okay. So 3 dice 6 from Dolly. That poor little cultist will be trying to dodge, is what the cultist is going to do.
He don't stand a chance.
He doesn't stand much of a chance. So 3 dice 6 coming at him. She gets 2 successes, 2 4s. And the cultist is trying to avoid getting hit. So he is dodging as well. And he got nothing with 2 3s. That means that cultist is going to have to roll a 2 dice health check. And he passes it, boys and girls. This is a fanatical cultist over here. He's not giving up so easy. Gosh, that cultist is now taking all kinds of fighting. He's going to move into contact. You know what? You still have a couple more characters to activate. You still have Sarge and Key. What would you like to do with them? You
Well,
could head towards the middle of the table, maybe, or
I think that's probably what they'll do. They'll
Okay.
head over towards, again, the yellow cab looks like it's going to be close to whatever is going to happen. So that's what they'll
12-inch
do.
run from Key. It's going to put him out here somewhere. Sarge is right behind him, and they're both over this away. They're both heading off towards the cab now. All right, now that ends the turn except for the cultist. The cultist has been in all kinds of fighting. He doesn't have any attack dice left at all.
That guy don't know when to quit.
Yeah, he's getting shot at and from every direction. He's gonna rush at Butters. He doesn't have any attack dice left, so he's gonna have to choose to dodge, which means Butters can just choose to dodge as well. And Butters wants nothing to do with it, and Butters is gonna back up an inch. The cultist will remain where he is, and that will end the turn. Remember, boys and girls, switch to camera 1. You suffer a -1 penalty for each previous fight that you were in, and that cultist had been attacked from multiple directions during that turn, so he didn't have any brawl dice left. So that's why he had to fall back on just using his dodge dice. And since the cultist had to choose to dodge, that means Butters could choose to dodge as well, and they could both. Butters doesn't want to have anything to do with that hand-to-hand fighting, and he just backs up an inch. That ends the turn. We're going to pull a bullet. We're starting turn number 5.
Recovery check?
Recovery checks. Yes, recovery checks. Look at that, boys and girls. That cultist remained standing through the whole fight, through that whole turn. We were not able to take him down. We do have 1 recovery check, and that is for Stan. This question comes up every once in a while. Can you recover from a wound that you suffered on a previous turn? And absolutely. Some injuries are just going to take a little longer to recover from. So although Stan suffered that injury, on the previous turn, every injured character in play gets to roll a recovery check. So we will be rolling a recovery check for Stan. I need a 4 or better, and he remains injured. He's still coughing. Took in a big breath of that poison gas. We're going to draw cards. Looks like I am still the director. No?
Bob?
I think Bob is. So, Bob, your card is a sidestep, which gives you a bonus when you try to dodge. I drew a steady aim. Bob, you're the boss here as we start turn number 5, and we are running out of turns. What do you want to do, sir? We got to get this 4th plot point taken care of before the crate appears.
All right,
New
let's
I can't hear you.
let's
New
pass it.
cultist.
Let's
New
pass it to
cultist.
you.
The new cultist
get rid
will
of that.
appear over there because that's the only plot point that's left in play.
Yep.
So another cultist comes out of Finelli's. It's a dang cultist phone booth over there, and they just keep appearing. So it will appear.
They need to stop in for lunch.
Yeah, they were having a little snack over there in Finelli's. So another cultist appears. Doggone it! Now we got two of them piled up over here. We're running out of time. All right, Bob. Do you want me to activate a character, or are you going to go first?
Yeah, I think you better start
Okay.
working on finishing those cultists off.
I know it. I know it. Well, I don't want to get involved in a hand-to-hand because that means Dolly won't be able to shoot at him. I'm going to go ahead and activate Stan first. Man, poor Stan. He's in a lot of trouble over there. Let's see here. He's got 3 die 6 on Brawl. I don't want those cultists to get on my stuff, though. All right. We're going to start with Butters. Butters is going to activate, and he's going to move into contact with this cultist here that has the sword. And Butters is going to try to dodge. The cultist is rolling 3 die 6 to attack. So Butters, again, is just trying to distract the cultist. The cultist gets a 5 and a 6. Butters is trying to dodge that. He gets a 5, but he's got a reroll. Maybe I can get a 6. And he did! Look at that!
Yay!
Butters gets in there, distracts the cultist. He smacks him upside the head. He slaps him, and then he jumps back again. He's not going to remain in contact with him.
That's the way to do it, kid.
Let's see what Kyle can do. Kyle's not a great shooter. He's a fairly decent brawler. All right, I'm going to send Kyle in on this cultist. Kyle's going to go in on the same cultist. Kyle's coming in to attack this cultist. Kyle's rolling 3 die 6 to try and beat him down. The cultist is now only rolling 2 die 6 to fight back because he was in a previous fight with Butters. Kyle gets absolutely nothing. Oh no. Oh, he slips on a banana peel, and the cultist gets nothing as well.
Ooh.
Neither one of them got any successes in that brawl. Oh man, I am running out of fight here. I'm going to send in Carter. Carter's going to go in on the same guy. Carter is throwing 2 die 8 to brawl, and the cultist is fighting back with 1 die 6. Carter. Here is Carter's attack. Carter gets a 6, and the cultist gets a 6. Carter is going to say take them all, so they're both going to have to roll a health check. Here is Carter's health check on a D10. He needs a 4 or better, and he passes it. Here is the cultist. Will the cultist go down? Yes! The cultist
Yay!
finally goes down. It took my entire group of fellas to take down that one cultist. Oh, poor little fella. Stand up there. Stand up there, Carter. All right. I still have Stan left to activate.
Is Dolly in position to get that plot point?
No, I think because that cultist is kind of blocking her out.
Well, I mean,
if that cultist was down. If that cultist was down. Which I guess is what Stan's going to try. Stan is going to try going up against this. But if I get locked in with, Stan's going to go up against this cultist to try and keep him tied up. Stan's rolling 3 die 6. That cultist is also rolling 3 die 6. Here goes Stan. Stan gets a 4. Oh, I needed more than that. Here's the cultist. The cultist gets absolutely no successes at all. And that means the cultist is going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. And he passes it. The cultist does not go down. The cultist does not go down. All right.
oh boy.
All right. We got to get that dang cultist. We got to search that crate. Dolly. Let's look at this. Yeah, Dolly doesn't have a move that'll get her in there. She's either going to have to brawl that cultist or she can run around to the other side here. But she's not going to get a chance to try that plot point this turn.
Well, she's got a brick in her purse, so
Uh-huh.
she can run up and give the cultist
A smack
a
in the
swing.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. She normally rolls 2 die 6 to brawl, and that is what the cultist will be fighting back with. She rolls 2 die 6, and the cultist rolls 2 die 6. Unless you wanted to choose to dodge him, unless you wanted to choose to use your dodge skill here. But the only chance of injuring him is if you try and swing the purse.
Yeah, she'll swing her purse.
There you go. 2 die 6.
She's got to protect the kids.
Yeah, here's the 2 die 6 attack, and she got absolutely nothing. Here is the 2 die 6 from the cultist. Cultist got 1 hit on her. He turns around. He has a knife in his hand, and he stabs at her. Instead of rolling this health check, would you like to use your I'm all right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so she is not injured by the stiletto. But look at that, boys and girls.
That's bad.
We did not get it taken care of, and we're guaranteed to have another cultist appear here next turn because this is the only plot point that's left. Whew, we need more help over here, and I don't know that it's going to get here in time. We are running out of turns awfully fast. Okay, do we want to move Key and Sarge as fast as they can towards this corner?
Yeah, that's what we should be doing.
Okay, let's see how far they can get in the 12-inch run. Trying to get over here as fast as they can. They get out here basically to the middle of the street. Well, that'll get them into the fight on that next turn. So they're out here.
And then
And we still have the Hornet. So the Hornet head towards the taxi.
The Hornet, yeah, head the same direction.
Send him out here.
That's where the trouble is.
Yep.
Where the trouble is, the Hornet.
Sure, he's
follow.
coming in. That does not end the turn because the cultists have not activated. So now when this cultist activates, he's engaged with 2 characters, and he's going to have to split his dice. He's already been in 2 fights. That means he only has 1 dice, which, he can't split. So he'll have to either assign it to Dolly or to Stan. In this case, I'm going to assign it to Stan because I see that Stan is already injured, and if I can hit him one more time, then Stan will go down. So I'm going to go after Stan. I'm going to try and take him out. Stan will resolve that fight first. Stan is rolling 2 die 6 to fight back. And here we go. So here is the cultist turning to stab at Stan. He's only got 1 dice left, and that didn't do a darn thing. Stan gets his chance to swing at him as well and clobbers him with 2 6s. That means the cultist is going to have to roll a 2 dice health check, and the cultist is down. All right, that ends the turn, and it's time for some recovery checks, boys and girls. Boy, who's rooting for my poor little cultists here out there? Are they going to pass their recovery checks? Here we go. Here's for the cultist that just went down. He is back on his feet. And he is in contact with Dolly and Stan. He's going to remain there. Here is for the cultist, the other cultist that's down. He's back on his feet as well. And he is also standing up, and he's going to stay in contact with Stan. And then I got to roll for Stan. Stan passes his recovery check finally and is no longer injured.
Ooh, and we get another cultist.
And we get another cultist. We don't even have to roll. We know the cultist is coming out of Finelli's And he's going to appear and he's going to come after Dolly. Look at that, boys and girls. Look at that. This has turned into an ambush. They've lured the Vice Alley kids into a trap. Will the Hornet come to save them? We'll have to see. Draw cards.
Yeah. So pull a bullet.
Yeah, pull a bullet. We are starting turn number 6. We are running out of time here.
We have
Running out of time.
Stay down.
For Bob. Bob, you
Bob.
drew a stay down card. That's interesting.
You got a steady aim.
And I got a steady aim. Another steady aim. Oh, I wish I could use those. Bob, I think you're still the director, so I'm gonna say you get to decide. Do you want to activate first, or do you want me to go?
Well, let's see. I think I'll activate first and try to get Key in there.
Okay. So we got 2 cultists relatively close. So we have the one from last turn that's in between Stan and Dolly, or we have the one that just came out of Finelli's that's coming up behind Dolly there. Do you want to try and go after that
Key,
one?
He'll go after him, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Key comes after this fellow. Key throws 3 die 8. Is that correct?
4.
4 die 8. Key throws 4 die 8, and the cultist will fight back with 3 die 6. What kind of abilities does Key have?
Animal quick strike.
Oh, okay. So, Bob, one thing that you could do instead of rolling 4 die 8, you could roll 6 die 6. You could turn your 4 die 8 into 6 die 6 if you wanted to. That's one of Key's abilities.
All right, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so 6 die 6, and the cultist is rolling 3 die 6 to stab back. Here is Key's attack. We need lots of successes here. And we got 2. Oh, well. Not a great roll, but you got 2 successes. And here is the cultist fighting back, and he got 1 success. All right. Are you going to go for all you can, or do you want to block that 1 success that the cultist got?
No, we're all in.
Okay. Now, would you like, I think you got another bad news, if I remember right. Does he have a bad news? You want to add an extra success onto this to cause more damage? All right.
We'll do that.
So the cultist is going to have to roll a 3 dice health check, and Key is going to roll a 1 dice health check. Key uses a D8 because that's his current health. And Key is not injured. The cultist has to roll a 3 dice health check. Cultist is down. You are still the boss. Do you want to continue activating?
Let's activate. Can Sarge get in there?
Yep. Sarge could get in there on that cultist that's in between Kyle and Dolly and everybody there. Oh, would you like to use your stay down on the fellow that just went down? And what that'll do is it'll prevent him from rolling a recovery check at the end of this turn.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, so that guy will have to stay down. Okay, I'll set it up here. Maybe I'll remember that. All right, Sarge comes in barking. Arr, 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 arr. Sarge is rolling 3 die 6. The cultist is rolling 3 die 6. And here is the fight. Here is from Sarge. Sarge gets a 4. And the cultist gets a 5. So you couldn't block it even if you wanted to. And they're both going to have to roll a health check. Do you want to be the white dice or the red dice?
The red dice.
Okay. The red dice is for Sarge. And Sarge is injured. And the cultist remains on his feet. All right.
You did your best, Sarge.
Yeah. You still have Dolly over here that hasn't activated. And you have the Hornet. But you don't have to continue activating. You can ask me to activate some characters. So you decide.
Yeah. I think I'll finish off with Dolly,
Okay.
and then I'll pass it to you. So
Okay.
let's see Dolly take care of this this guy.
Dolly is going to roll 2d6 to brawl this guy. Yeah. And that's what the cultist is rolling too, because he has been
she's been
in
in a
one
fight.
fight. What'd you say?
Because she's been in a fight.
Yeah. No, not because she's been in a fight. Does she normally roll 3 dice?
No, you're right. I was looking for
Okay. All right. So Dolly is rolling 2d6 to brawl. And the cultist is also rolling 2d6 because he has been in a fight. Here is Dolly. Dolly gets a 6. The cultist gets nothing. And the cultist is going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. And the cultist is not injured. But he has been in 2 fights now. So if you're going to hand it off to me, I guess I'll have Kyle attack next. Kyle will come at him with 3d6, and the cultist will fight back with 1d6. Here is Kyle. Kyle scores 2 successes. The cultist scores nothing. And the cultist is going to have to roll a 2 dice health check, and that cultist is down. So that'll give me the cone for what it's worth. I'll be the director now. So I have this other cultist over here that's blocking this plot point. Something fierce. This is bad over here, boys and girls. I'm going to send Butters in first. Butters is going to go in as a distraction and try and see if he can distract this guy. He's choosing to use his dodge skill. The cultist is trying to attack with 3d6 and got 1 6. That means Butters got to roll a 6 to stop it, and he does. And then Butters will remain in contact with that cultist. He's not going to back up this time. Next will be Stan. Stan is going to attack this cultist next. Stan normally rolls 3d8, and that's what Stan is rolling. The cultist has now been in a fight because of Butters, and that means the cultist is going to only get to roll 2d6. Here is Stan attacking. Going to try and knock this guy out, and he gets a 6 and a 4. Nice punch in there, Stan. The cultist rolls 2d6, stabbing back, and gets a 5. Stan is going to say, take them all. We're in desperate mode here. We need to get this guy down. And the cultist is going to have to roll a 2 dice health check. And Stan is going to roll a 1 dice health check. Here's for Stan. Stan is okay. And the cultist is down.
Yay.
Whew, that was some fighting. That was some fighting there, Tex. I still have
Carter gonna go in?
I still have Carter. That's my last character over here.
Check
and
that box, Carter.
Yeah, Carter's going after the box. And that's what he's best at. When it comes to looting boxes, none are better than Carter. And he's going to have to roll 1 success with cunning. Carter rolls 3 die 10 for cunning. 3 die 10 for cunning. And he's crafty, so I can re-roll a cunning dice. 3 die 10. And I got it. So I'm past the peril. Past the peril. So give me the plot point. The plot point is 1 with might or finesse. Well, I've got 3 die 10 in finesse as well. So I need 1. I need 1. Can I get it? You know what? If we get this right here, that means. Is the camera not switching? No, it switched over there.
Yeah.
It did switch.
The lights just.
Oh, that's not good. So if we get this right here, that means we'll have searched all 4 of the boxes, and that means that the major plot point will appear on the table. if we get a good roll, it might even be within range of the Hornet to get it done this turn. That would be cool. Boys and girls, if you haven't already, I need you to make sure to remember to click that like button for us. If you're not a subscriber, you ought to be. Be sure and click that subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, click the notify. I wonder if we got a success.
You better have.
Doesn't she look cute in that hat? I tell you what. Switches to camera 2. Huh. All right, here we go. Here we go. We need one success, and we got it.
Yay!
The crate has been searched, and we know that Danny is not in that crate. I'll take a reward card, please, Bessie. Draw me a reward card. Camera 1.
Then where is he?
1 to the might. And about this time, we're going to put the major plot point out here, Skycam. It's going to appear 1 die 8 inches from this cabbage cart. 7 inches off that way. That means it's not going to be in range of the Hornet. And you know what? We're going to say that it's the cabbage cart. We're just going to move it down the sidewalk. All of a sudden, you hear Danny, the photographer, yells out, hey, guys, come on and help me. I'm over here. And guess what?
Danny, is that you?
This guy is pushing the cabbage cart down the street, and Danny comes up out of the cabbages. Help me, help me. He's inside the cabbage cart. That's the major plot point for this scenario. Now, we only have 2 turns left. Can we stop Danny from disappearing off the table? Do we only have 2 turns to catch him? You still have the Hornet, though, so the Hornet could.
The Hornet, so the Hornet could head for the cabbage cart.
You're exactly right. A big 12-inch run straight at him. We're going to put a yellow button out here to show the major plot point is right there. Let's see if the Hornet can actually reach that yellow button on this turn and just stand right on top of it.
That's
heck
a lot
yeah.
of cabbage.
Heck yeah. He'll stand right on top of that yellow button. He is there. Unfortunately, because he had to run, he cannot perform the plot point this turn. But look at that. He's saying, hold it right there. All right. That is the turn, but we got a lot of recovery checks to roll for. If we get a bunch of cultists up, we could still be in trouble.
But not the one that's right in front of Finelli.
Oh, that's right. He's not going to get a recovery check. Well, you do have 2 other cultists. So this is for the one that could be touching Dolly, and he is back on his feet. He's back on his feet, and he's got a hold of Dolly. Here's for the other cultist that we can roll for, and he is gone. So that one is gone. And what about Sarge? We got to get Sarge up. There's no way Sarge is going to give up. Oh.
No.
We lost Sarge. Sarge is gone. He's too injured to carry on. You fought well, my man, young fellow. So now you go rest. He's kind of limping a little bit. He's got a gamey leg there. All right. And that's all the recovery checks. So that's gone. And we are starting turn number 7.
Yeah.
We're starting turn number 7. Draw some cards.
Okay. You're the director. Right?
Uh-huh.
You got lucky break.
I drew a lucky break.
Stay down.
And you drew another stay down, Bob. You could win the game this turn because you have, you know what? No, he can't because a cultist appears right there. That's the only plot point in play. So the cultist, turns out that the friendly apples peddler here throws off his disguise and comes at the hornet.
no.
He looked so friendly too.
I know, waving his hat around.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna move that card.
You had me fooled there for a second.
Yeah. Smelled too fishy to be an apple salesman. Okay. So here we go. I'm the boss. So I'm going to ask you to activate, Bob.
All
Who
right.
do you
Well,
want
it's
to
the
activate?
Hornet.
All right. Hornet activates. He's engaged with a cultist. A fight automatically starts. Hornet's a heck of a brawler from what I remember, though. That's where 3 die 10 plus he's got slam, so you could discard one of your cards, one of your fortune cards, like an out of ammo. You could discard out of ammo to add an extra dice to your brawl this turn.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, so 4 die 10. He comes up to him, and the hornet uses his slam to try and smash him down. 4 die 8. Cultist is rolling 3 die 6. Here we go. The hornet is rolling 4 die 8. Sorry, 4 die 10. An 8, a 7, and a 6. That's some good slamming. The cultist rolls his 3 die 6 and gets a 6 and a 5. How dangerous, Bob? How dangerous are you fighting here?
We're going all in because this is the
Yeah,
the
exactly.
finale.
Yeah, this is the fight that matters right here. Absolutely. I don't know that there are any other cards.
He could have pussyfoot
Okay.
around now.
Yeah. So 3 dice health check for the cultist and a 2 dice health check for the hornet. All right. The hornet is the active character. We'll roll for him first. He needs a 4s or better on these 2 dice, and he passes it. He takes the punch and keeps on fighting. The cultist, on the other hand, takes 3 hits. He is down. Do you want to play the stay down on him?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, and that will keep him down, so he will not get a recovery check at the end of this turn. But that ends the Hornet's activation. That's all he could get done. So you have Key, who is not in range to do the plot point. He could, and you have Dolly that's currently engaged with a cultist. That does make you the director, though, because you won that fight. You clearly won that fight. So you don't have to activate one of your characters. You could make me activate.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's get this last cultist out of the game.
Okay.
So we can free up.
So I'm gonna go after. I'm gonna start with Kyle there. Kyle will be rolling 3 die 6. And the cultist will be rolling 3 die 6. This question comes up every once in a while. Why the cultist doesn't have to split his dice. And it's only the active character that ever has to split their dice. So the cultist, because he's not the active character, he gets to roll his normal amount of dice. And that's just part of the way the rules work in there. So the cultist is rolling 3 die 6 and Kyle is rolling 3 die 6. Here's for Kyle. Kyle gets a 5. The cultist gets a 6. So no matter what, that's a take 'em all. We're going to call the red dice for Kyle. 2 dice in the cup. They both pass their recovery check. I'm sorry, their health check. So neither of them are injured. So I guess I'll activate Stan next. Stan normally rolls 3 die 8. The cultist will only get 2 die 6 this time because he's already been in a fight. Here is for Stan, 3 die 8. He got a 5. The cultist got a 5 as well. Stan could choose to block that, but he's not going to, and that means both of them are going to have to roll a health check. I need 4s or better, and they both passed again, so neither of them are injured. I'm going to send Butters in on the cultist, and the Butters is going to try to brawl. Yes, that's right, boys and girls. Butters is rolling his 1d6 to fight, and because the cultist has now been in 2 fights already, he's also down to 1 dice. We're going to call the red dice for Butters. We'll say Butters is the white dice. Butters is the white dice, and Butters gets nothing. Cultist gets him, and Butters will have to roll a 1 dice health check. Butters is not injured. I still have 1 character on the table that hasn't activated, and that is Carter.
Well, if he can take him down, then the other 2 could move over, right? Because another cultist is going to appear at the cabbage cart.
I know. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. No, I don't want to get Carter tied up there. I'm going to send Carter to the cabbage cart too.
Okay.
Because if it could go really bad here, and if I get tied up here and I keep her tied up, yeah, that could get bad. So I'm just going to run Carter over to the cabbage cart. That's where the new fight's at, and that's all my characters. So you still have 2 characters left to activate.
Okay. I'm just going to ask a question here. If both Dolly and Key disengage and head over onto the other side of the street where we really got to finish the game.
Yep.
Do the boys have the ability? Can they do that first? And the boys can then kind of take care of this last guy.
Dolly's not gonna. Key can definitely run over there. And I would probably go ahead and send Key over there. But Dolly is going to have a harder time because she's currently tied up with this guy. He has no offensive dice left, so she could back 1 inch away when she activates, but that'll be her whole activation, which isn't a bad idea to leave
I think that's what she'll do that if she can.
Okay. Yep. So when she activates, she could choose to dodge. The bad guy has no more offensive dice left in his cup, so he cannot attack her effectively anyway, and that makes her free to back up 1 inch.
Yeah,
that leaves,
I think we'll do that. All we got to do is contain this.
And they could keep that guy tied up for sure. And then Key activates and just run him over to the cabbage cart.
And he just head back over. You got this, Lance. And he'll head over towards the Hornet.
Okay.
Get ready for the final fight.
Yep. Because we are running out of time, aren't we? This was turn number 7. So we only have 1 more turn, Bob. We got 1 more turn. This is coming down to it. Oh my gosh.
The cultist has to activate?
What'd you say? Yes, this cultist has to activate. This cultist over here has to activate. When he does, he has no offensive dice, but it will create a fight situation which will have to be resolved. He has 2 dice in dodge. He will put those dice on Kyle and Stan. So now you'll notice that the cultist, camera 1. Now you'll notice that the cultist is the active character now. So when he activates and he has multiple enemies in contact with him, he has got to split his dice. He gets to decide how he splits them, and he also gets to decide the order of the fighting. So we'll put 1 dice on Kyle and 1 dice on Stan. He's not too concerned about Butters, so he's going to leave Butters with no dice against him. We'll do the fight against Kyle first. Kyle is now down to 2 dice because he's already been in a fight, so he's rolling 2 dice 6, and we're going to roll them all together here in the cup. The white dice is for the dodge. Kyle got absolutely nothing. 2 1s.
The kid's tired.
Yeah, he's wore out. Stan is, and now the cultist could back up here, but he's not going to. They're fanatical. They're going to just try and hang in there. Stan is rolling 3 die 8, and we'll drop a white die 6 in there. The cultist rolled a 4, and Stan rolled 3 4s. So the cultist will stop one of those, and we'll have to roll a 2 dice health check. And the cultist is down.
Yay!
All right. At the end of this turn, we will roll recovery checks. We have 2 cultists, 3 cultists that get recovery checks. The one that really matters. What happened?
I think we're losing. I don't know. There's a GoPro.
Okay.
I think that's the end of it.
The battery died.
Yeah, I think so.
It's okay. Let's see if we can get it established again.
Okay.
Should have done this earlier. You know what? We'll go without the GoPro.
Okay.
So we're not going to have the close-up fight. This is the last turn anyway, right here, boys and girls. So we just won't have a close-up on the rest of this fight, but that's all right. Let's see. What was I doing, Bessie?
Your cultists have a recovery check.
Recovery checks for the cultist. So the only one that really matters is the one over here by the cabbage cart. Let's see if he gets up. He does. And when he stands up, when he's no, he had to stay down.
He had to stay down.
He had to stay down. I'm sorry. He had to stay down. So we'll say that was for this one over here that was in contact with all 3 of my guys. And then we have one cultist over here outside of Finelli's. He's also up. So there are 2 of them up now. All right. Well, this could be the end of the game right here. If you could pass this final plot point over here with the cabbage cart. What are you going to do, Bob? I'm going to ask you to activate a character.
Let's activate the Hornet, and let's have a look at that cabbage cart.
All right. Draw a card for his peril.
2 with finesse or cunning.
2 with finesse or cunning, and those are not his sweet spots.
No.
He only has 2 die 8 in those. He only has 2 die 8.
Cunning, we got a +1.
Oh, you have a +1 from your reward card. That's going to get you a 3rd dice in there. You need 2 successes. Let's see if he can get it, boys and girls. Here we go. 2 successes, and he got it, boys. He got past the peril. Now we're going to draw the plot point, and the plot point says 1 with might. 1 with might, and you've got
discard to get an extra 1.
3 die 10. You could discard one of your fortune cards to get an extra dice. Get rid of that sidestep and get a 4th dice in there, Bob. And you only need 1 of these.
Let's wrap this up.
And it is done. Danny is pulled from the stinking cart of cabbages, and he is rescued on the last.
He's never going to eat cabbage again.
On the last turn of the game. Oh my gosh, that came down to the wire.
We didn't add a new cultist.
Oh, we should have added a new cultist. Well, we're not too worried about it. It was still fun. We're not going to go back now. But yeah, you're right, Bessie. Yeah. Very, very cool. How about that? That was a lot of fun.
All right. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
That was fun. What a fun little romp there. And so again, boys and girls, just a huge thank you to Bob Murch for coming on here and playing with us today. Bob, have you ever played Pulp Alley before?
No, I haven't. Actually,
Yeah.
my partner Lee plays it in Ontario, but he's in Ontario.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
getting intrigued. I really want to see your rig and what you've set up as far as shooting an online game, because I've got one in the other room myself, and I'd like to see kind of how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you guys use OBS, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
And Zoom. Yeah.
and Zoom. Yeah, so
Yeah.
far. I mean, if we can find a smoother way to do it. OBS
Yeah.
works quite nicely in getting a lot of cameras going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my son actually gave me a deck switch or something. That's just I don't know if you
Uh-huh.
were using that. Just
Uh-huh.
so you can kind of hit the numbers for what scene, what camera you want to be shooting
Uh-huh.
on.
Yep. Yep.
But
That's awesome.
yeah, we have the big screen. Like I can do it in the other room, and I have uh, the big television showing everything that everyone's seeing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's
then
awesome.
I switch from camera to camera, uh, and I think it takes a while to get going. I mean, I don't know what yours setup is
No,
like to
I
get
know
it
it.
all.
Yeah. Pretty much the same thing. It definitely takes a while to get all the cameras turned on, and then you have all the microphone, and checking the audio. There are so many little things that have to be plugged
Yeah,
in, and
you
so
got to
many
get it
little
all
things.
working. You know, it takes an hour at least beforehand just to make sure everything's sort of lined up and ready to work.
Yeah, yeah, I know the deal. I adjusted the sky camera to try to get a little bit of an angle. Like before, I had it just straight up and down where it's shooting down. Today it has the ever so slight angle, and maybe I need even more angle. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um, it's really hard to sometimes for that camera to pick some of the stuff up. For those of you that don't know, Mr. Bob Birch is the founder and sculptor over at Pulp Figures. And Pulp Figures, an amazing line of miniatures. You got to go check out his website. We'll try to put a link down below so you guys could go check out Pulp Figures. And there are absolutely tons of the Pulp Figures appear in our book called The Characters
Yeah.
Book. And Bob
Yeah,
was kind
that's a
enough.
gorgeous looking book too. I really enjoyed taking a look through it.
Good, good, good. So tons and tons of the pages in this book are dedicated to the packages. So a lot of the pages are, you get a package of his figures, and you have the stats that you could use right there. Now that doesn't mean you have to use these stats. You could easily make up your own characters for his figures as well. So a lot of fun. If you don't have the characters book and you haven't checked out Pulp Figures, definitely worth checking out. Another big thank you that we have to give to Mr. Murch is for the China Station book. Where's the China Station book? I don't know that. Oh, here it is. So Mr. Murch is the artist that did the cover for this book, and this book is really, based on his China Station idea of this little outpost, this little trading post in China.
You've definitely fleshed it out much more than I ever have.
Well, thank you, thank you. So, kind of creating a bit of a storyline and a campaign around his China Station trading post. So, be sure to check that out. And again, we utilize a lot of pulp figures in this as well. Now, that doesn't mean you have to use particular figures. Pulp Alley is always a figure agnostic sort of game, so it doesn't matter what figures you have or what you want to use. You could just as easily set this China Station campaign in a sci-fi setting and have it be set in a mining asteroid belt or something like that. You could also do it as a fantasy setting and have it in a sword and sorcery sort of setting. So this sort of thing is really about, and there was a fellow that made a comment on the Pulp Alley Players Group recently that Pulp Alley is really only limited by your imagination, and that is the point. We want players to tell their own stories and to use these sort of things the way they want to use them.
Yeah.
That was big. So a huge thank you to Mr. Birch for coming on here and playing with us today. That was absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if anybody has any questions for Mr. Birch while he's on here. But I do want to say that without there being a Pulp Figures, there may never have been a Pulp Alley as well. When Mila and I started looking at what we wanted to do for a game, we stumbled onto the Pulp Figures range, and we thought, man, that's a great group of figures, and we know that they kind of have a game going for it, but we thought, that would be a lot of fun. And I've always been a fan of the old Pulps and the old serials, so it just made a lot of sense for us. And just like with Bob's range of figures, Pulp to us is a very big umbrella. So, you can look through his range, you can find Mexican characters and cowboys and, Japanese soldiers, it's Neanderthals, just all kinds of crazy stuff. But all of those things work in a Pulp setting, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Pulp is a pure mix of any possible genres, really. So, and often, that's where it comes from in the Pulp magazines. You had lost societies full of Romans encountering, modern day explorers, and anything is possible. So
yes,
it leaves the creativity very open-ended for everybody.
Bob, we do have a couple questions for you coming up from our viewers. I'm not sure if you can see the questions there, but Scott asks, can we order Crucible Crush stuff and combine it with Pulp Figures order? I think they both come from your address.
Yeah, Crucible carries Pulp Figures, so you can definitely, if you want to order some Pulp Figures and Crucible Crush at the same time, that's where to do it on the Crucible Crush website, www.cruciblecrush.com. And even if they don't have the stock necessarily, because I haven't restocked them in a little while, we will ship the Pulp Figures part from here if necessary.
Very cool.
So, but then you get the one-stop shopping option there. So, yeah, go ahead.
Crucible Crush has some awesome stuff that I don't think appear on Bob Birch's Pulp Figures.
No, I don't sell Crucible. I just Pulp Figures just sells Pulp Figures.
Yep. So if you go to the Crucible Crush stuff, be sure to check out his Deep Ones box set is really cool, and they have some really cool Mythos investigators that I think all of that stuff was sculpted by Bob as well, but beautiful stuff. We do have another question here. Kenneth asks, wash tub shipping time. What is the shipping timeline to US right now? I think he's asking how long does it take?
Yeah, I don't know. I had a large order that I sent to California months ago, and it got stuck in San Francisco forever.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's now on its way. So it's been strange. I mean, sometimes it's the normal shipping has always been about a week. Some of it still is just about a week, but other stuff seems to take longer. So I'm not sure what's going on. But it's been strange lately, both to the US and I had trouble getting to the UK too. I sent a box to my supplier at Nick at North Star sells Pulp Figures in the UK, and a big box of Masters got sent back for no apparent reason too.
Oh my gosh.
So just it's strange right now. Hopefully things will start to settle out.
Yeah.
But just all I can ask is for people to be patient and let the shipping people get their act back together, which
Yeah.
hopefully will be soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I know.
yeah,
We ship all the
sorry
time
for any
too, and it's a dice roll right now. You just never know what shipping is going to take to anywhere at this point in
yeah,
time. It's just everything is up in the air, and it's just a dice roll. You have to avoid the
yeah.
sky pirates. You got all kinds of problems. You got sick yaks,
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
yak trains and everything else.
Yeah, I definitely the last package to California via mule train. So
yeah.
and they got ambushed 3 times. So
Well, there you have it. 3
yeah,
ambushes. Think of that. We'd love to have you come back sometime, Bob. Definitely
yeah, I
appreciate you
love
jumping
it.
on here. I guess we're going to wrap up this edition of the Pulp Alley Adventure Theater. Bob, go ahead and stay on here for just a little bit. We'll chat a little bit after the episode. So a big thank you to everybody for jumping on here. Don't forget to go over and check out the Pulp Figures stuff. And cue the orchestra, roll the credits. Thank you guys so much for joining today. Bye, everybody. Dun 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 dun.